That was so embarrassing. Oh my god, I really just made a fool of myself out there. Welcome to this video. In this video, I want to talk about embarrassment. So have you ever felt like you made a major faux pas of yourself and you're wondering how to face the world? Or perhaps you could have encountered some life situation, could be income related, such as the loss of a job or a demotion, or perhaps just bad times like your business took a hit, or maybe it could be health related when a health condition resulted in some changes. Could be rough skin, like how chicken pox gives everyone this whole vesicle thing and scaliness. Or maybe you're getting eczema out of stress, or perhaps due to thyroid, you could be suddenly gaining a lot of weight. Whichever the case, this video, I want to talk about how to deal with what you feel, and at the same time, I want to give you some insights. Let's say the number one thing that we're thinking about is like what people are saying about us, what people are thinking about us. We get too overly aware to the point of paranoia. I, for one, am no stranger to embarrassment. I've went from Supercar to Shitbox. What do people have to say about that? At one point, I was consistently spending $300 to $800 per day on everyday expense, like it didn't matter, like it wasn't real. To at one point, spending the same amount in a currency that was 25 times less. There have been times where I was like the baller, the one who buys bottles at the club in the VIP corner. And I found myself somewhere down the road like a random freeloader as well. But there's one thing that I want to illustrate to you. Despite all the bad that has happened, I'm still here today. And you're still there today. And I want to give you a very powerful insight on dealing with these. What are they talking about me? What are they thinking about me? What are my neighbors saying? If you are concerned, you're probably thinking to yourself sometimes like, wow, he went from Supercar to Shitbox. I wonder what's up with his business. Is he doing okay? He used to be doing something to his car all the time. But what happened? Like right now, he's so basic. Or like, what happened to her? She has been fit all her life. But all of a sudden, do you think she could have met with some major depression? Could she have, just lost the plot on her life? How did she get so fat so fast? What happened to him? He's always had at least 2 cars in the garage, but now he gets around on an electric bicycle. The first and third example were honestly some of the things I used to worry my neighbors were saying about me. But then again, it got to a point that I was like, well, in those stages of my life, like coping with issues, restructuring my life, my job, to refocus time, attention, and resources to where needed it most, these were the sacrifices that I had to make anyways. I had to ask myself, do I want to spend my resources and time on looking good, or do I want to just focus on what's really important to me, as opposed to, let's say, picking up a job so that I could keep up the payments and, just keep up with the Jonases. In my better thinking, in my convictions, it's like, delayed gratification. I'm working on my startup and the results are worth it. People can think whatever they want, but given my time, my resources, my effort right now, this is what makes most sense to me. These other people, they could be observers, but they are not participants in my life. Whatever they think does not make me richer or poorer, so let them think whatever they want to think. It doesn't matter. That was the aha that I received. I want to give you another aha that is really going to empower you, because, well, it could be true, it may not be true that people actually think of these things about you. And there's a kind of group of people, they are called narcissists. They think that everyone's looking at them, they think that everyone's thinking about them, they think that however they present themselves on a daily basis is super important because everyone else would have something to say about it. They think they're so important, they're like the main character, right? But the truth is, it's not actually that way. And for many of us, there is a little bit of a narcissist in us. If we just take that pride away, what is the pride worth? How does it really benefit you? Swallow the pride, that's what people say. After a while, it doesn't really matter. Like anyone who's been taught the term delayed gratification, which is basically like, I want to gulp down this cup of coffee, but I'm telling myself it's going to taste better after I finish this video because I would have done something for my channel and then I can fully enjoy my coffee. So I'm just taking it in small sips. That's delayed gratification. Like instant gratification could be a person or even me in the lowest points of my life just applying for a regular job that's barely going to cover my bills but allow me to just keep up some expenses and keep up the Jonases. But on the long term, I miss out on the big opportunities that a startup can give. So I rather have the delayed gratification, because when I get the delayed gratification, I know it's going to be bigger than anything. The other aha I promise to tell you is that if everyone has things to say about you when you're down, don't you think that it could also be possible that people will be rooting for you when you're up? Everyone loves a hero's journey. Why do we watch the movies and get hooked on movies and TV series and animes and whatever? The early part of any movie or a series is always about a certain character striking a certain demographic, a certain stereotype out there. This movie will appeal to a certain group of people who this person is. There's your Peter Parker, there's your Tony Stark. They kind of stereotype different kinds of people. And they're doing fine in their lives until one day something happens. That's what they call the call to adventure. And as a result, they embark on the journey. They cross a point of no return. And they would have to make some great actions in their life. And then there could be some major conflict. Maybe some further complications. There's a massive character development. There's a massive personality change. For those of you who watch Solo Leveling, I love that series. You see how Sung Jin-woo constantly leveling up, gaining new powers and abilities, going from just this F rank or E rank and eventually becoming A class, S class, and the strongest S class among all. Everyone loves a hero's journey. Everyone loves seeing development. Have you tried putting a cup upside down? There's nothing in this cup. Alright, turn it upside down, you push it into the water, and when you release it, what happens is it shoots back up. If we build up even more pressure by pushing it all the way down, the more deeply you submerge it, it can come up so strongly that it even comes up above the water. That cup can shoot above the water. There is no rise without falling. There is no up without down, because you can go down, therefore you will go up. Sometimes you go now further, you come up even stronger. So, let's say you got all your classmates' attention, you got all your co-workers' attention, you got your whole neighborhood's attention, let's say, right? They've seen you embarrass yourself big time. And you embarrass yourself further and further and further. To the point of, fuck this, I can't seem to do anything right. Or, the things I'm working on, it doesn't matter. I gotta figure out how to drive anyway. Everyone's gotta start somewhere. I gotta lose some weight anyway. I gotta run anyway. Maybe my form sucks. But everyone sucks at first. And as I do it for some time, I get better and better. Let me tell you something more. Even as you're screwing up, when you try things out for the first time or the first few times, you get scared to try again. Let's say people invited you for badminton, people invited you for tennis, people invite you for golf. Oh, my swing sucks. Oh, I tried a second or third time, my swing still sucks. I feel like a fool. But have you heard the saying that you just haven't failed enough to succeed? How many of you can actually do a handstand? Can you do a calisthenics plunge? Can you do a front lever? I've been training on a front lever for some time now. I still can't do it. So if anyone asks me to demonstrate it, I can't, because I'm not there yet. So any attempt right now would still be a fail. So there's some things that your success is dependent on how much you fail. I could be failing for the next 90 days. And maybe at the end of the 90 days, my fails will be less and less of a failure until eventually on the 91st day, I pass. But amidst the failure, whether it's you're learning to drive, whether it's you're learning to run, whether you're developing an alternate career, or you're just embarking on a new adventure in your life that is unfamiliar to you, but it's this direction, is something that you felt that is for your best interest in the future. As you fail, you too have a constant feedback mechanism. And the more you fail, the closer you get to your goal. One thing you inevitably notice is that there will be changes. You could still be failing at driving, but you're better than the first day. You could still be failing at the front lever, but now your abs is showing up. You could still be failing in running up 25 stories of stairs, but now you can comfortably do 15 without having to pause for a major break. There will be progress. Celebrate your wins. Know that you have improved. When you are self-aware and you are constantly in touch and in tune with your goals. And you know that every time you get out there, I'm doing it a little bit better than the last time. A little bit better than the last time. Every time you step out and do this thing, which you're making an embarrassment of yourself, or let's say every day that you spend in this life where you're driving a shitty car or even a bicycle when you used to drive a car, you're going out in plain clothes instead of your previous designer clothes, or you're going out there to try a new job where you used to be good at your old job but the old job's not there anymore. Whatever. 5 days into it, 10 days into it, 1 month into it, 3 months into it, it may still suck, but it's better, and you're definitely better than those people who gave up because they were embarrassed about it. So let your embarrassment be your superpower. For another great video, watch this one over here.